Have you ever spotted that one man in a crowd? He isn't wearing loud colors or giant logos. Yet, he commands attention. He looks capable. He looks substantial. Why? Because while most men look 90% ready, he has mastered the final 10%. Gentlemen, at our age, the difference between looking merely clothed and looking dressed is not the price tag of your suit. It is the mastery of the subtle. God is in the details, and the devil is in the neglect. Today, we move from unfinished to impeccable. I will teach you 3 core principles to elevate your daily presence from average to authoritative. Let's begin. Principle 1. The crisp frame. We begin with the most critical real estate on your body, the area immediately surrounding your face. When you speak to someone, their eyes are locked on yours. Your face is the portrait. Your shirt collar and your shoulders are the frame. If you hang a Picasso in a cracked, cheap plastic frame, you devalue the art. The same applies to you. The first enemy of the refined man is what I call the collapsing collar. We have all seen it, or perhaps worn it. It is the polo shirt collar that curls up at the edges like a piece of fried bacon. It is the dress shirt collar that has lost its stiffness and lies flat and lifeless against the clavicle, disappearing under the jacket lapel. This seemingly minor detail sends a devastating signal. Fatigue. A collapsing collar suggests you have given up. It looks messy, worn out, and undeniably unfinished. In the world of old money, the collar must stand at attention. It is an architectural feature, not just a piece of fabric. It anchors the neck and frames the jawline. The fix. First, you must iron not just the fabric but the structure. Spray starch is your friend. But for the ultimate upgrade, you need collar stays. Most cheap shirts come with flimsy plastic tabs that bend. Throw them away. Invest in a set of metal collar stays, brass or stainless steel. Even better, get magnetic collar stays, like workin' stiffs, that hold the collar points firmly against the shirt body. This creates a sharp, triangular perk that stands up even without a tie. For polo shirts, look for brands that knit a stiffer interlining into the collar or use hidden adhesive stays. When your collar stands tall, your face looks sharper and your posture looks better. The second component of the crisp frame is the sleeve termination. Nothing screams, "I don't care," louder than sleeves that are too long. I call this the hand-me-down effect. When your shirt cuffs, or worse, your jacket sleeves, extend past your wrist bone and cover half of your hand, you look like a child wearing his father's clothing. It destroys your proportions. It makes your arms look short and your torso look boxy. It suggests that you are wearing clothes off the rack without a second thought. A gentleman's sleeve should end precisely at the wrist bone, the ulna. It should reveal your hands, the tools of your agency, and crucially, it should frame your watch. The fix. The permanent solution is, of course, a tailor. Bringing your sleeves up an inch costs very little, but adds $1,000 of value to the look. But if you are wearing a casual button-down or a denim shirt that is slightly too long, do not just push the sleeves up your arm where they will bunch up like a rubber band. You must master the master roll, often called the Italian roll. Here is how to do it. Unbutton the cuff and the gauntlet button. Fold the cuff up once, pulling it all the way up to your elbow. Then, take the fabric from the bottom and fold it up over the cuff, leaving just a sliver of the cuff's edge exposed at the top. This technique does 2 things. First, it locks the sleeve in place so it doesn't slide down. Second, it creates a clean, intentional fold rather than a messy bunch. It signals that you are ready for action, relaxed, but still in control. Remember, the goal is clarity. A sharp collar and a precise sleeve length tell the world that you define your boundaries, you maintain your standards, and you attend to the details that others ignore. Principle 2. The analog anchor. If Principle 1 was about framing the face, Principle 2 is about grounding the body. We call this the analog anchor. In a digital, plastic, disposable world, the man of status distinguishes himself through materials that are organic, durable, and timeless. Specifically, leather and metal. Let us address the epidemic of the running shoe default. Somewhere along the line, comfort became the only metric for men over 50. I see men wearing expensive suits or crisp denim, ruined entirely by a pair of neon, mesh, aerodynamic running shoes. Unless you are actively sprinting on a track, these shoes have no place in a gentleman's wardrobe. They signal that you are perpetually ready for a gym session that never happens. They look juvenile. They look tourist. You must upgrade to leather. Leather is the skin of the earth. It confers weight and gravity to your stride. You do not need to wear uncomfortable dress shoes. Simply trade the mesh runners for a pair of minimalist leather sneakers. Think Common Projects or Koyo in white, brown, or navy. Or, for a true old money touch, embrace the loafer. A penny loafer or a horsebit loafer is just as easy to slip on as a sneaker, but it elevates your status immediately. It says you are a man of leisure, not a man of labor. Connected inextricably to the shoes is the belt. This is the equator of your outfit. The most egregious error here is the cracked serpent. This is that old, stiff leather belt you have owned for 15 years. The holes are stretched out. The leather is cracked near the buckle. You might think no one notices. I assure you, everyone notices. A ratty belt cuts your body in half with a line of decay. The rule: your belt must match your shoes in color and texture. If you wear brown suede loafers, wear a brown suede belt, and please inspect your belts today. If there is a crack, throw it away. A fresh, supple leather belt pulls the entire look together. It is the visual seal of quality. Finally, we arrive at the most controversial anchor, the watch. We live in the age of the smartwatch. The Apple Watch is a marvel of engineering, I admit. It is a fantastic tool. But it is not jewelry. It is a computer on your wrist. It beeps. It buzzes. It demands your attention. It is ephemeral. In 2 years, it will be obsolete trash. For the man over 50, I implore you, return to analog. When you wear a mechanical or quartz analog watch, you are wearing a piece of art. You are wearing history. A traditional watch, whether it is a simple Seiko, a vintage Omega, or a Rolex, has a heartbeat. It signals that you value tradition. It signals that you are the master of your time, not a slave to your notifications. Wearing a real watch changes your body language. Checking the time becomes a deliberate, elegant gesture, a glance at the wrist, rather than a frantic interaction with a touchscreen. It adds a metallic glint of sophistication to your cuff. It is a subtle anchor that weighs you down in the best possible way, keeping you grounded in the real world, not the digital one. So look at your extremities. Are you wearing plastic and mesh? Or are you anchored by leather and steel? The former is disposable. The latter is enduring. Be enduring. Principle 3. The intentional silhouette. Finally, we arrive at the macro view, your silhouette. When you walk into a room backlit by the sun, your shadow alone should tell a story of competence. The enemy here is ambiguity. A man over 50 should never look undecided. His clothes should not ask questions. They should make statements. This brings us to the to tuck or not to tuck dilemma. There is a trend that has plagued modern menswear, trickling up from teenagers to grown men. The half tuck. This is where the front of the shirt is loosely jammed into the pants while the back hangs out, or just one side is tucked. Gentlemen, leave this to the adolescents. On a mature man, the half tuck does not look effortlessly cool. It looks like you forgot to finish dressing after using the restroom. It signals indecision. It says, I want to be formal, but I also want to be sloppy. It creates a messy, confused waistline that destroys the visual harmony of your body. The rule is binary. You must commit. Option A, the full tuck. If you are wearing a dress shirt, a polo with a long tail, or a blazer, tuck it in. And do not just stuff it in. You must establish the gig line. This is a military term. It means the placket of your shirt, the buckle of your belt, and the fly of your trousers must form one single, unbroken vertical line. When your gig line is straight, you look disciplined and sharp. Even in casual clothes, it is a subconscious signal of order. Option B, the full untuck. If the shirt is designed to be worn out, like a shirt with a straight hem or a shorter length, leave it out completely. But ensure the length is correct. It should hit around the mid-fly. If it covers your entire backside, it is a nightgown, not a shirt. Once the structure is set, we must paint it. This leads us to the quiet luxury palette. Many men believe that to be stylish, they must be bold. They wear neon polos, bright red pants, or complex, chaotic patterns. They confuse noise with style. Loud colors are often a cry for attention. They scream, "Look at me." But true status does not need to scream. True status whispers. We are adopting a low-contrast, neutral palette. This is the secret of the Italian industrialists and the New York elite. Your wardrobe should be built on the power neutrals: navy blue, charcoal gray, pure white, cream, camel, chocolate brown, and olive green. Why these colors? First, versatility. A navy jacket goes with gray trousers, olive chinos, or white jeans. Everything matches. You can get dressed in the dark and still look impeccable. Second, maturity. These are earth tones. They mimic the colors of nature: stone, wood, deep water, foliage. They feel grounded and organic. A bright orange shirt looks synthetic. A camel sweater looks like it came from the earth. Third, focus. When you wear neutral colors, the clothes recede and you come forward. People stop looking at your shirt and start looking at your face. You are no longer a mannequin for a fashion brand. You are a man of substance. Does this mean you can never wear color? No. But treat bright colors like a spice, not the main course. A burgundy pocket square or a burnt orange tie is fine. But let the foundation, the silhouette, remain quiet. By mastering the tuck and the palette, you achieve an intentional silhouette. You look like you looked in the mirror before you left the house and made a deliberate choice to look excellent. That is the essence of respect, for yourself and for those around you. Gentlemen, true style is not about the pursuit of youth. It is about the preservation of dignity. When you refine your collar, ground yourself with leather, and curate your silhouette, you are not just dressing a body. You are presenting a legacy. Do not let the world tell you that you are invisible. By mastering these details, you command the room without saying a word. Stop trying to look 20. Start looking like the best version of the man you are today. If you found value in this philosophy, please like and subscribe to join our community of gentlemen. Dress with intention. Live with purpose. I will see you in the next video.